Hello YouTube family, thank you for joining me today. I have another paper clay project for you guys. I have made these things on my first video. Actually not this one. This one was my first ever paper clay makes. It's a little decorative bowl basket. And I still have to paint this, but this one, and I made one more thing that didn't turn out good. So I'm not going to include that in this video. It will be in the video that I filmed these. So if you want to, you can go ahead and check it out. And by the time I post the first video, which includes this and this, I should have them nicely painted in decoupage too. But right now, at the time of filming this video, they are raw, but they are nicely dried. I used my broken shell pieces on this tray, and it looks super cool. But I still have to paint and do the finishing touches. This is a little vase that I want to put dried flowers in, so that's why it's small. And so that's what I wanted to try on the first video. And this one is like completely finished product here. So once I have the bowl made with the paper clay, I decoupage it on the outside, and then inside I painted it. But something that I didn't like with this one is I used gloss finish, and I think I would have liked matte finish on the inside. So anything I do in the future, that's what I'm gonna do, is use a matte finishing product, or varnish or whatever. And then I finish the trim or the edges off with nice gold colored paint. And I love this bowl so much. This turned out very, very beautiful. So I wanted to try a few different things on this video. I want to make another bowl with like scalloped edge. I don't know how that's gonna go, but I have an idea in mind. So we're gonna try that on this video. And then I have like little silicone molds that I want to make like little ornaments. So I wanna see how that goes too. And hopefully I have enough paper dough to do that. So let me show you guys how to make paper dough. So I use scrap pieces of paper. So we tear down the scrap papers that my kids bring from school, or they scribble and color, and instead of throwing them in the recycle bin, we tear them up, and then I have it soaking for overnight. I don't think it needs to be soaking for that long, but I did just because it blends well. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in my blender, blend it, and then I will come back. Once it's blended, this is what it looks like, and I'm going to strain the excess water out of the paper, mashed paper. You can either squeeze with your hands to get the water out, and just kind of want just a solid part like that, or you can strain it with a strainer. So once I have removed the water from the pulp, this is what I'm left with, just the paper all ground up. And then in a separate bowl, I have about maybe half a cup of all-purpose flour, and I'm going to add just a little bit of salt to it. Again, there's no real measurement for this. It's just trial and error, and you want to go a little bit at a time. And I'm going to add some water to this mixture. So I'm going to add water to this mixture a little bit at a time and mix it. Once we have about this consistency, it looks like an oatmeal consistency, we are ready to mix in our paper. So I'm just going to dump my paper in there, paper pulp in there, and then start mixing it. So I am combining my flour mixture and the paper pulp together. And I usually just start out with a half a cup of flour in the water and salt mixture, and then I end up adding maybe about two rounds of flour to this mixture until I get a nice kind of doughy consistency, because I think the flour is the main ingredients that make everything stick together. So if you've worked with flour before, or dough before, you know what it feels like. It feels like everything's kind of nice and stuck together, especially when you're kneading it. So I'm just going in there and just trying to combine everything. I am going to, at this point, add a little more flour. If it feels too dry, you can add a little more water. And if it feels too wet, you can add more flour. And you just keep kneading. Okay, so I have my dough all made, and this is the consistency that I like. When I put together, that the pieces will stay together and they will not fall apart. So once I'm happy with my consistency, I'm going to use these little silicone molds. These are actually candy molds. I have one that is Santa Claus and gnomes, and then I have one that are like cute little houses. I'm just gonna quickly. And so I'm going to fill the cavities of these molds a little piece at a time. I'm not gonna try to put too much at a time, but a little bit, and just making sure that it fills the cavity well, because there are like, you know, little details on the picture, so I want to make sure that we capture. I'm hoping that this really works, because it'll be so cool if we can, if this will work for us. So I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna fill. I'm not gonna do all of them. This will probably be the last one for the houses, and then we'll probably do maybe about 4 or 5 of the gnomes and the Santa Claus, because this is my first time trying this, and if it doesn't work out, I don't want to waste too much of the dough. So this is gonna be the last one. I'm gonna stop here, and then we're gonna fill. I'm actually gonna do the gnomes because it's springtime, and I think we will use gnomes more than Santa Claus. But if this works pretty good, we might do this for Christmas too. So I'm just taking a toothpick and making a hole on this, like that, on the top of the gnome. And I'm going to do the same thing for the house too. And I'll see you guys. So now I am ready to put them outside to dry. Next thing that we're going to make, it's going to be a little bowl that is of this size. So I'm using the bowl upside down, and I'm taking a wax paper and putting it over that. And hopefully our dough is going to be enough. So what I want to do is I want to pack in the dough on the top. So I'm going to take some dough in my hand like that, and I'm just going to lay it on flat on the top, pressing with my hand so that it can thin out a little bit and spread out. So usually I just let the dough kind of go over the edges and form the sides. But since I am getting a little more creative and want to try scalloped edge, I'm just going to spread this clay out up to the edges of the base. Again, if you guys don't want to try, and this may not even work, and I might just even end up doing the regular sides, but I want to give it a try anyway and see if I can make this into a scalloped edge. And I'll show you what I'm thinking of doing for that as soon as I'm finished making the base. Okay, so we're gonna try the scalloped edge. I have a piece of clay here that I'm just pressing it down and out with my fingers. I am going to need a little bit more, and hopefully this will work, because I am really loving all the scalloped edge, everything that's out there in the stores. I think like every store has something scalloped edge, and I really like it. It's totally up my alley, so I really want to try the scalloped edge for this. This is gonna take me some time, but I'm hoping that it will work. So I have my dough kind of laid out in a triangle shape and flat, and I'm using my actually I might need a longer than that. I need the length to be the size of this book, because that's actually the exact size of my container. So let's see, I just need this side to be a little bit longer. And the clay is really easy to mold and work with too. It's very forgiving. Okay, so I think that's a good size. I'm just gonna lay another layer of my wax paper and give it a nice press with the book so that everything is nice and flat. And then I'm going to first trim the bottom half to make it straight edge. And then I'm just going to, I already have a piece attached on one side. I wanted to try it off camera to see if it works. So here's this on one side. Now I need to make sure that my height of the sides are the same. This is upside down because, you know, I have it over the container. So I need to make sure that about this tall. I just need a little piece up here. Fine. Okay, I am going to use it without the wax paper because I need to form the silhouette of the curves on the top here. So I'm gonna put the book right over it, and then I'm going in with my knitting needle here to just kind of take off the, actually let's do this. Let's take off this much so that we can, it'll be easier to work with. Just put this back together, and then the side piece here that I can get rid of. And I'm just going to take away the piece, parts of the clay that so that we can form a nice scallop edge. Okay, I think this is gonna work. Okay, good enough. And then we're gonna bring our bowl and put it on there. Gonna have to pinch a little bit off because this one ended up being a little taller. Okay, now the sides. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna form a nice long rectangle piece. Now joining the two sides together. This is probably the trickiest part. I'm going to lift it up and kind of work it in. And then do the other side. Okay, I'm gonna let it sit outside to dry, and I will show you guys when this is all dried up, and we'll see how this turns out. Okay, so our molds are somewhat dry, so let's pull them out and see how they turned out. There's one there. Oh, the little mustache is, let's see if I can stick this back. Maybe I'll let them dry a little bit longer too. But I'm so tempted to see what they look like. Okay, so they definitely didn't pick anything from the cavity. It does look like a house. Let's let them dry for a little bit longer. So this is a few weeks later, and my little basket is complete. You can see the scalloped edges. It came out much better than I thought it would. So pretty happy and excited for this. It's nice and heavy and sturdy. There is a little bit of crack here, so I do want to decoupage this with this beautiful hydrangea napkin. So that's what I want to do for the finishing touches is decoupage on the inside, and then on the outside I want to paint with like some kind of blue paint, acrylic paint. And then the other things that we made are these little gnomes. We made 3 gnomes, and we made about 5 little gingerbread houses. And as you can see, my kids have already painted them. So this was a really fun little thing to make, for the kids to do a little bit of craft with us. So it's not perfect, but I plan on making them into like a little banner, like hanging them in a little string and decorating their room with it. So I do want to make more of these. These are, cute little craft to make. And then I had saved a little bit of dough in the fridge. And then yesterday, I made these. Now, my head has been working overtime on figuring out, what else I can do with these paper clays. And I thought about like little car fragrances or like small space fragrance tag kind of a thing. So this is what I came up with. It is not perfect. I still need to change or do a few things different, but I put them in a mold again. As you can see, the design is kind of missing in the middle here because I pulled them out a little too early. This one looks better. Oh yeah, you can see it much better on the camera actually than really looking at it. But if I like paint this a little bit, and then I've already poured on some fragrance oil. So on the back, as you can see, like this whole spot is a fragrance oil on it. So so that part I need to fix, like how would I add fragrance oil to this thing, and then I need to figure out if I can paint this. So we may be doing this in this video. It still needs to dry up a little bit, so I'm gonna put this outside and let it dry while we are working with our little basket there. And I actually have one more basket to paint, and maybe we can do this on this video as well. So this was one of the first little baskets, decorative baskets I made that I have not finished it. So I'm planning on using this very colorful spring flower napkin to decoupage inside, and then paint something on the outside, just like how we're gonna do on this basket, is my hope. So that's what we're gonna do, and let's get started.
sign me up and tell me about the people that you know who are trying to feel alive. Life can get hard, so honey, if you need to cry, just come share my pillow and rain, rain, go away. I wanna hear about everything you're ever thinking. You know that I can take the truth. Call me out if you think I'm ever slipping. Maybe I can turn it around. Oh yeah. Baby, if you want us, you know time is on our side. If things are gonna haunt us, we'll just have to put aside. And I'm right here if you just need to cry. Come love, share my pillow and rain, rain, go away. Been some time since you fixed me. I'll never forget your I know if I need it, you'll always believe my eyes. Crying on my pillow, rain, rain, go away. Rain, rain, go away.
Okay, so these little fragrance tags, I painted them the same color that I painted our baskets here. I painted both sides, and then I did the four sides with the gold paint. I didn't do the other two because I just wanted to try and see how this looks like. I am going to add a string and kind of put it in my car to see how long the scent really lasts, or the fragrance really lasts, because you know these are just kind of like a test products. They do look like they would work. I just need to fine-tune some things, like drying it out longer than what I did, so that the pattern stays in place and things like that. So the paint does hide the little stain of the oil, so probably something I will do in the future for sure. And then this basket here kind of looks like a boat. Once I placed the napkin on there and Mod podged it, the color changed. It was supposed to be like this vibrant pattern, a flower busy pattern. I feel like the background kind of made it, the color of the bowl kind of made it look like this. If I had painted white, it may probably look better, but it's okay. It still looks pretty good. And then in the back, I pretty much painted everything the same color because I didn't want to waste the paint that I'd already made. And so I just kind of ended up painting everything the same, which I think goes pretty good. So that's my boat basket. And then my scallop basket here, the color of the paint does work well. I was actually really scared of this color first because I wanted blue, this colored blue, but I ended up adding too much white, and then it became like baby blue, and then I didn't know what to do, and then I added red, and then I came up with this color, which I think, I mean, if I look at it now, it complements the pattern. The one thing I probably won't do this again is layering the paper on top of each other. I will not try to do it too much because, as you can see, it's a little busy, looks a little busy on this side versus this side. Other than that, I think it looks pretty cool. I like how I did the edging on this one. But I think I would use a paint and a brush next time because it's kind of really hard to go into like little spots. But other than that, this looks fabulous. I can't wait to use it. And that's it for this clay video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe if you like my videos, and I will see you on my next one. Bye for now.